Hey everyone, welcome to Atlas Gaming. Please like and subscribe. I release content every day for all kinds of games. We're playing Supreme Commander with the Forged Alliance expansion. This game was released a long time ago, but the reason I'm making this video is because, number one, it's my favorite RTS of all time, and if you haven't seen this, you should probably check it out if you like the genre. Then number two is that this game goes on sale to $2.60 when it does go on sale, like pretty soon it'll probably go on sale for the Steam winter sale. So I'm making this game or this video in anticipation of that. Let's unpause it here. And so again, if you haven't seen this game, you should definitely check it out. I finally, if you didn't see the last episode of the campaign, I finally opened up the map, and so you can see. Let's see. Originally, it was about this big, right here. And then now we have all this to work with up here also. And so they give us more objectives. What I had to do eventually was bring my cruisers down here, do concentrated fire on the factories that were our objective to destroy, and then I used the bombers as more of targeting the engineers that kept rebuilding everything. So here we are. We have kind of our escort here for our commander. I brought him over here to make a secondary base. This is going to be our forward operating base because it takes the land units a while to walk through this water. So started a new base here. These are all land factories, and we're just going to come up here and annihilate them with land units. Hopefully, that's the plan. But let's go ahead and get all of our air units, and we're going to make them group 3. So just double click on one to select all the ones that are currently on the screen, and then press Control, hold Control, press 3. It makes all these units into Group 3. Then we'll bring them over here. You can see right here we have 2 that are out of gas. They're just literally out of gas. They're out of fuel. And so what I'm going to do is bring our cruisers up here, along with, so I hold Control, or so I have all the cruisers selected by double-clicking. Then I hold Shift and double-click on a destroyer. Let's see, here's one. And then it selects all the destroyers on the screen in the same way. And we're just going to bring them up here all together. The cruisers are there just as an escort. I mean, the destroyers are there as an escort for the cruisers. The cruisers will hopefully be able to destroy some of this over here. And so we have this block of engineers. We're going to go ahead and bring them over to help out the commander. Right now, all the land factories are upgrading to Tier 3, to Tech 3, and so it's going to be a minute. But we're going to just kind of collect all of our building. Yep. Building capability. We're going to bring our bombers over here. Going to collect all of our building capability, bring it over to our secondary base so we can really develop this. And we're going to build some air staging. Oh, no, we're out of metal. We're not going to build anything right now, are we? That's fine. I think we have enough bombers. We'll go ahead and... Oh, that's a Tech 2. No, Tech 3, Tech 2. All the Tech 2, we're going to just pause. Reduce our metal consumption. And let's see, we have an engineer, a few engineers right here. We're going to have them all just go around and reclaim all these buildings. Reclaim is just, they're just getting the resources out of dead buildings. And so they're just extracting the mass from the framework of the buildings that have already been destroyed. And we're actually going to tell all these air factories right here to stop building, and we're going to unpause them, deselect infinite construction, and you can see our metals coming back. We'll send one of these engineers out here to get these naval yards, and we just press E for the reclamation tool. Oh, what happened to you? Did I don't know what happened. He just kind of stopped. Maybe he just didn't want to work anymore. Tough. You're gonna work. Come out here. We're gonna stop actually all naval construction because that's taking a lot of resources. And you can see right now our naval range is very limited. And so this base down here is going to be our next step toward completing the mission. And you can see our cruisers are really putting in work over here. The range is all the way out here. The back ones are not quite as far, but they're far enough to do
order is eternal.
damage to these.
There is no stopping us.
Whatever those structures are, I don't know. And we're just going to go ahead and bring these cruisers and just kind of place them along the coastline here, just in case we get an air attack that tries to target our main base. Or in case they try to do a bombing run on our secondary base and they kind of overshoot, they might come in this area. And then we'll have our cruisers ready right there to take them out. The cruisers have really good anti-air capability. And you can see these are two different factions here. They're fighting each other while we're building a base, which is really nice because, well, they're not attacking us. And so, let's see, now we're looking really good for resources. And so we're going to build that air staging facility. And so what that is, we're going to build a lot of them for all these planes. The air staging facility is just a stationary building. You can tell the aircraft to dock, and then they will go to the nearest air staging facility or aircraft carrier, and there are some other units too which will serve the same function, but that's the idea. You hit go home, they repair, they refuel, they come back, and they're good as new. And so we need some defenses here, right? We're going to go ahead and put some anti-air up, and then some point defense. I'm looking for it, but I don't see it. This is the campaign, so a lot of times the building options are modified, so it doesn't look like we have point defense here. So I'm just going to select all these planes and just tell them to dock right now. And then they'll all go get fuel, wherever they can. And then they'll just kind of like, they're in a holding pattern, right? It's an airport. They're in a holding pattern, and then when they're done, they will just land very politely right next to where they docked, and then they're good to go. So these are all Tech 3 land factories now. We're gonna do some serious building here. Yeah, a little too serious. So let's hold off on that. We're actually gonna pause all that, but first we're gonna set them up to be building these armored assault bots infinitely. Then once these are all done, we're gonna, what are these, Tech 2? Yeah, these are all Tech 2 engineers here. So they are done. And what do we want to do? We are going to have them assist. Where's the commander? Right here. Commander's going to come down. We're going to build a power generator. And then build some Tech 3 mass fabricators coming off the power generator. And we can't build too many or else they'll get... it costs too much. Be in a huge deficit. Well, I'll do something like that. And then another power or mass fabricator there. And then we're going to start utilizing, let's see, we're going to take 4 of them. And we're going to start picking up these mass nodes over here with Tech 2 mass extractors. And let's see, we have more engineers. I think that they can do more good over here, getting this mass extractors all over the place. Then I think we might be able to unpause these. Not even close, but it's good enough. We'll see what it does. So these idle ones here, we're just going to have help the commander. There are 2 there. And it looks like we're almost done. Not even close. Look how many planes are still in a holding pattern there. That's crazy. Okay, so the cruisers, you can see they did what they're going to do. They are done. They're done. So we'll just disperse them down the coastline. Kind of just have them there just in case. I would bet money that we do not need them. We will not need them, but just in case. Again, it's contingency plans. What the heck's that? A gunship. I don't know how we got a gunship, but we have one. And this is all just going to sit idle, I guess. Look how much metal we had for a second there. That was a lot. Power's good. And then where do we want these? These will all just kind of plop units right over there. And then we're going to have all of these ones. These Tech 3 Armored Assault units go over there. And I think we're good. We have 70 air units. We're going to start hopefully doing some damage. So the only thing I can see stopping us right away is these shield generators. So there's one. There's one. There's one. There's one. We're just going to go for it. We have 70 planes. See how much damage we can do. You know what we should really do is actually, let's see, what's the... Oh, these are civilians. I see. Yeah. Destroy the order assault bases. We're going to try to take out their commander. So we're going to go on a recon mission here. We're just going to have them come all the way up here. All 70 planes. Just cruise right across the entire base. I don't really care about taking damage. And then we're going to send them on a course kind of preemptively to turn around. So that way they'll be ready to strike once they get there. And right now I'm looking for the commander. And we're losing planes fast. I think I must have missed the commander because I do not see him at all. And we're just going to have him come straight down the side, hopefully avoiding enemy contact. And I'm looking for the commander. I do not see him. Well, I guess that was totally ineffectual. That's okay. We're just going to have him attack that one. I mean, there's the end of our Air Force. That's fine. Because we have all these. Let's see what these can do. Actually, I know what they can do. They can do a lot more than those planes. These are Tech 3 assault bots. They're very effective against everything. They're really powerful. Those planes were Tech 2. They were fighter bombers, so I think that they're less effective as either role, but they can fill both roles mediocrely. If that makes sense. I'm just kind of looking at what we're building still. What do we have in the works? We just have the mass fabricator right here, a Tech 3 mass fabricator, and a Tech 3 power plant that's almost done. And so let's watch these assault bots come up here. We're going to go there, and then so I'm just going to have them run through and around this base. Kind of do a strafing run, I guess, the equivalent for ground units. And actually, instead of lining them up, we're just going to have them gather right here, see what kind of formation they can get into. Oh, they're all, yeah, see, they're all getting stopped up by that wall right there, the one wall. Okay, now we'll bring them up here, around and through the middle of their base. So I find whenever you have units move, they're less likely to get hit a little bit, and then every time they change direction, any shot that has been fired at them will miss because the shot isn't aimed at where they're going. Their new course, it was aimed at where they were going before they changed direction. So here are some more. We'll bring these straight up to where this group will be at the end of their run. So I just numbered them all 1. And they've got a Tier 3 gunship, but it's an anti-air gunship, so it's not very effective against these guys. Waiting for this power generator to go down. It'll do a lot of damage to the other buildings around it. Yep, destroyed that small one there. Actually, man, these guys are a lot more powerful than I remember, so I didn't have to do the whole thing to come around. I could have just gone straight in the middle and then over here. Yeah, we're taking damage from aircraft, and it's what it is. They'll lose some, and we'll lose some. So I'm going to have them come right here and regroup. Actually, no, because we're taking fire from the air. I'm just going to have them go straight in there. And since they're so close, I'm going to join them up with this other unit. And it looks like we're going to have two fronts going here because they're all headed right there. This group and this group decided to take different paths, and instead of changing their direction, that's fine. You guys taking a lot of damage, though. They also have assault bots right there, tier 3. So we're going to have these the rear guard, I don't know, whatever you want to call them. They're going to destroy the objective because all the other ones moved too quickly and passed over them. So it looks like these ground units are going to have no problem completing this objective. And again, we have more, so we'll just bring them in. We're building infinitely with these factories. We have 8 factories that they're just never going to stop building these units until we run out of resources. And then even then, they'll just build them slower. They won't stop. I forgot how much I love this game. It's been a while, like years, since I've played it. And let's hold off a second there, guys. We're gonna regroup. And one thing that's really cool about this game is you can just kind of... So we have some engineers right here. We're going to send our engineers up here to repair these units. And I'm not sure how fast they will do it, or how efficiently, but we're going to find out. So one, you guys are all going there, and then the engineers will do the same. You know, one way to do this that's better is we can make air units that are engineers. Oh, nope, sorry, that was Total Annihilation, the other game. I forgot. But in Total Annihilation, you could make air, like, engineers that were planes, and then so they could fly to places on the map. It was pretty cool. But different game. This one's still awesome. And so we are attracting air fighter. We're not gonna do the engineer repairing. We're just gonna come straight up and destroy everything. So we have engineers that are just idle. We don't really need them at this point. You can see we're pretty set on resources. So we're just going to leave them. We're just going to focus on this combat here. And then we're actually going to send any units that... Yeah, there we go. Way up here. Any units, new units that are being produced will come up and just join the fight right away. 8 at a time, because we have 8 factories. And so you can see here's a Tech 3 anti-air gunship. Great against other aircraft. Not great against these ground units. I mean, it's still doing damage, but the one isn't going to do very much against the whole force. And so you can see we've all but stopped their attacks against the civilians. That's our secondary objective. Oh, no, it's not. It's a primary objective. We had 24% remaining until we failed the mission. That's alright. And I was reading a review of this game on Steam, which I found really interesting. It hadn't occurred to me, but when this game was made, it supported resolutions and features, like video features, that hadn't even been created yet. And so they made the game with a lot of forethought and for longevity. But anyhow, that's the end of this phase of the campaign. I'm going to call this one here. Thanks for watching Atlas Gaming. I appreciate it. Please like and subscribe. This game is called Supreme Commander. Check it out on Steam. I expect it to be $2.60 during the Steam Winter Sale. I release content every day. We'll catch you in the next one.